Renee joins us up next in Orlando, Florida. Renee, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. So just a little bit of backstory. My husband and I were in our mid-30s, and we both work in frontline positions at one of the major theme parks in the area. And we also have a 6-year-old son. And for the last 3 months, we've been living in a hotel because we could no longer afford our rent in our apartment. And financially, we are just not in a place to buy a house. We've been able to secure an apartment, but the real issue is we ended up falling for, as you would say, George, the stupid tax of getting into payday loans and installment loans, and now we're like $25,000 in debt, and we make like $75,000 a year, but between the weekly payments on those loans and our regular bills, we're suffocating under our debt, and we don't know how to get out of it. We were just turned on to your show, the Ramsey Solutions, maybe like a couple days ago from a coworker of mine, and we've found hope in it so far, but we've been hearing stuff on the show like baby steps and emergency fund, and we don't know what any of that stuff is, and we don't know how to start. We don't know where to go from here. We don't have anything in savings. We don't have anything for retirement. We don't have anything for our kids. And we would like to have more children someday and set up a stable future and a stable home life for them eventually.
I'm so sorry to hear all about this, Renee. Gosh.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Like, when George starts talking here, like, you have to say you're ready. And what that means is you're ready to quit your jobs if you have to. You're ready to move out of the area if you have to. You're ready to change everything. Are you in?
Yes, we're ready. Steve, my husband and I, we've already started looking into schooling to get different jobs. Stay in the jobs that we have right now so that we can fund the schooling that we're going to, because the company we're at, they will fund higher education for free. And my husband, he currently has a bachelor's in psychology and wants to go to school for a master's of social work to be a guidance counselor. And I'm looking into real estate school because I don't have any desire to go to college per se and throw money into a system where there's no guarantee of me getting a job in that field. So
so you're ready. So George is going to walk you through it. Yeah.
So I love that you guys want to further your education and get out of this hole, but right now we're in survival mode. And so I'm not thinking about school. I'm thinking about how are we going to put food on the table and stop living in hotels and make sure our 6-year-old's taken care of. And so A1 is to stop going into debt. Are you guys done there? Or are you still having to take out these payday loans to get by?
No, we're done. We did take out some credit cards a couple months ago, but we have since stopped using them.
Cut them up.
Cut them up.
Can you physically cut them up?
Yes.
Cut them up.
And throw them away so you don't know the numbers anymore.
Okay.
And then we're going to pay those off completely, and we're going to close all of those accounts. And we're not going to look at credit card companies and payday loans as a blessing to get us through next week. They are snakes.
Okay.
They prey on people in your situation, who are working their butts off to try to make it work and who want the best for their little kid and just can't make the ends meet. They prey on you. They give me and George, they give us free flights, and you pay for them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They are not your friend.
So once we're saying no to debt, let me ask the interest rate on these payday loans, because I think it's going to make us all throw up.
Too much to.
Is it in the hundreds?
Probably. I mean, we're spending $1,200 a month on these payday loans on
Alone.
The weekly.
What
payments.
other debt do you have?
We both have car payments, and I've looked into selling them off, and we are basically upside down on both of our cars because, again, it was a buy here, pay here kind of place, so astronomical interest rates.
Okay, what other? You have 2 car loans, you got the payday loans, you have the credit cards. What else?
The credit cards we're actually not in debt on. We make those
Zero
payments.
balance.
Zero balance.
Okay.
We just stopped using them. But we also have like medical bills and collections. I have maybe $1,200 in medical bills and collections, and my husband has $1,400 in collections.
Okay. So what we're going to do is A1 is we're not going into more debt. That's baby step 0. We're going to stop the bleeding. Your next step is to scrape together $1,000 as quickly as possible. That's going to go into a savings account. I know that sounds like, how are we going to do that? We have no margin. And this is where we go. Obviously, you guys aren't living lavishly. All of your money is going to debt.
We haven't lived lavishly in a long time.
So right now, your expenses...
I haven't gotten a haircut in a year.
Your expenses are your 4 walls, is what I'm guessing. Food, utilities, housing, transportation.
Yeah, basically, and then anything my kid needs.
Okay.
Our kid needs.
This might mean that we are working 60, 70-hour weeks and we're trading spots to take care of the 6-year-old for a few weeks just so we can get out from being underwater.
Let's tell her what that means. Your husband gets off of work and he doesn't come home.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing. My husband's been doing double shifts.
Good.
6 or 7 days a week because he can.
Good.
My role at this theme park, they don't allow overtime.
Okay.
But
have you talked to your employer, your leaders there, and explained what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
could they put you up in some of their housing on the property temporarily?
They don't have it. I mean, they have it for the college kids, but
do you have somebody
not for actual.
Do you have somebody who could watch your kid for you?
We will now. Because like our closest family is 3 hours away, but we recently acquired an apartment, thank God, in a complex that's an hour away from work, but we actually have friends that live in the complex that would be willing to.
So it might be for 30
watch
days.
Our son from time to time.
Well, it might be for 30 days. You ask them, tell them, hey, we're in a mess, and the moment you get off, you're going straight to drive Uber or deliver Uber Eats or deliver Instacart. And all we're trying to do is get $1,000. You are going to get $1,000 in your account, and you're going to take a deep breath for the first time in a long time. Okay?
And you're going to do whatever it takes, even if it's I'm staying with friends, I'm going to get plugged into a local church, and do whatever you can to get there. Baby step 2 is listing all the debts, smallest to largest, regardless of the interest rate, and attacking it with a vengeance, with all the margin you can muster up, with all the income you can create, with all the expenses you can shave down. And it might be hard at first. But when you knock out that first debt, you are going to be on cloud 9. And you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, we can do this thing. And you're going to knock out the next debt and the next debt. And what does that do? It frees up the payments on those, now giving you a bigger snowball to keep rolling. And that's called the debt snowball method.
Okay.
And once you do that, over the next, what's the total amount of debt you guys have?
I would say between $25,000 and $30,000.
You guys can do this.
Easy.
You make $75K, you got $25 to pay off. We have heard much smaller incomes with much bigger numbers, and they were able to do it. So I want you, the key to all of this is just believing that you can do it. And we're going to help you and walk with you by giving you 1 year of Financial Peace University, watch all 9 lessons with your husband, and to get fired up, to give you knowledge, to give you motivation. We're going to give you 1 year of Every Dollar Premium to get on a written plan, a budget every single week. You're tracking every expense, making every dollar stretch as far as it can go. And I want you to call us back when you're debt-free and share your story, because it's going to give so many other people out there hope who didn't think it was possible for them.